Make sure you're paying attention, and please welcome our two guest speakers. Take it away.
All right. Well, my name is Chad Starling. This is Jenny Wright. And together, earlier this year in January, we established a company called Radicato, which means deeply rooted, and we'll go into why that's important in a little bit. But in April, we launched our menu and we started cooking and providing meals to the community. And so a little bit about us. What we do is we produce a menu, we create a menu every week. We publish that and folks order from us. And our goal is to source most of the ingredients for those meals from local sources. So it could be a grower, a farmer, a local grocery chain, but it needs to be local or regional to our area. We're all about supporting the community and supporting local. And so what we do is we take those ingredients, we cook them, fully cook them into meals, we package them, we cool them, and then when people pick them up, they're just refrigerated, they're ready to go. And so we're really targeting people that are like busy professionals, busy parents, folks that don't like to cook but really want to eat healthy. So I'm going to let Jenny talk a little bit about why we're doing this, but that's a little sort of a history of like who we are and what we do.
Okay. How many of you are athletes or like to train? Anybody in here? Yes, I knew it. So Chad and I actually started working together originally as coaches at a gym space here in town you might have heard of, just down the street, called Training for Warriors. It's no longer open, but what we found in all of our time there was that everybody loved to train, right? It's really fun, it's really exciting, it's high energy, it gets your adrenaline up, it's easy to stick with because you get like immediate motivation from doing that. What we found was even our most hardcore everyday athletes, which is who we worked with, they struggled when it came to food. Junk food is fast and it's easy. Fast food is fast and easy and cheap, right? So we wanted to create something that would help these people be able to continue to be better and kind of fill those same gaps. So we had to make it really easy for them. We had to make it affordable. And importantly to us, we wanted to make it healthy for them, because guess what happens the more you train and the more you do that, right? At some point, if you're not feeding your body well, it'll break down and it won't be able to keep up. You guys probably haven't experienced that yet because you're young enough that your bodies are like, we can do anything all day long and I can just eat Taco John's and this is fine. As we age, right, that's no longer the case. So if you want your training to be better and feel better and you want to make like amazing gains that no one else has ever been able to do, how you do that is through nutrition. That's like the missing component for a lot of people. It's not as sexy as training, right? But it's really, really important. And so we wanted to just make that more accessible to everybody, anybody who wants to eat our food. I'm going to really make him embarrassed right now, but my son Samuel is in the room and he eats this food. Would you agree that it's somewhat tasty, or is it pretty terrible to have to try and eat healthy meals at home? It's all right. Thank you for that glowing recommendation, Samuel. But ultimately, our goal is to make the community of Boone better. We do that by feeding people well, connecting people to their local growers, and what we need from you guys is project help, because we're passionate about training, we're passionate about food. We were both nutrition coaches when we were at the gym, and we've changed our lives through how we train and how we eat, and we want other people to experience that as well. What we obviously don't do well is this sort of thing. So if you would scroll down and show these children our lovely photos, we need food picture help. That's one thing. Like if any of you are really into photography, that's the kind of thing we're looking for. We use pretty generic stock photos. These are not, this is what our meals look like. That is from like the recipes that we use, but it's not in our packaging, it's not in our kitchen. This is what you'll see if you were to, I know none of you use Facebook, but if you were to use old people Facebook, you would see that this is the kind of thing that we use on there a lot. And so what we're looking for is help with that social media presence. Neither of us really care to be on social media, so some help with that would be really great. We also need help with spreading the word. You know, we're a startup company. It's just the two of us doing this. We rent a kitchen space here in Boone in one of the church kitchens that has a commercial kitchen, but we're in growth mode. Like, this thing has exploded since we started. We thought we were going to, we always say we were going to crawl, then walk, then run. We just started running. Like, it was overwhelming the amount of support that we had. It's been great. We've been able to keep up so far, but we want to get more of this food into more people's hands. And so one of the things we were wanting to do is have some flyers created, even some targeted specifically at your teachers in your school, because teachers don't have a lot of time to eat lunch, and they need to make sure that what they are eating is something that's going to keep them getting through the rest of the day with enough energy. What else?
Yeah, and I mean, so we don't have a lot of time to spend on pictures, graphics, technology. Even though I have some background there, the business is consuming all of our time. So not only would we appreciate any sort of help with, marketing, flyers, food photography, but we're open to ideas too. Like, we don't even have a marketing plan at this point. We're just trying to keep up with orders. So that's where we're at.
You guys have questions for us?
How many of you have heard of this company?
Yeah, pretty good ones.
Okay. Yeah, I bet your mom
Yeah.
has mentioned it before. So that alone tells something that there's a market here for providing this to this age group and to the people that you guys know. So there's a lot of options here. I love that they said they keep it open because you guys can kind of brainstorm ways to share this in multiple different ways.
Yep.
I mean, main target is, do any of you know people who don't like to cook? Most of us know at least one person, right? Or somebody who says, I don't have time to cook. Like, I'm running around between activities all the time, so we're constantly getting drive-through food. Those are the people that we're trying to target. So if you can think of ways to approach them, that would be great.
Yep.
And again, starting out, it might be a flyer, but you have made a network connection, and that can go a lot longer way into maybe someday even deciding on a meal plan or something like that. Like, networking goes a long way. We talked about that, so keep that in mind.
Absolutely.
Okay, nobody has a question. This 8th hour's killing me.
It's all good.
Okay.
You guys did a good job explaining it too. I do have a question.
Yeah.
This is kind of our token question. Does anybody remember our token question? Timeline. What are you looking at for timeline?
Flyer, we'd like to get going sooner rather than later. So if you're interested in helping us with that, we'd like to get that up and running in the next month, month and a half at maximum.
General flyer and then specifically to teachers, correct?
Yeah, that would be good.
Yeah.
We have a couple general flyers up around town. If you train at the strength shop, you've seen us there. Court's got our stuff in his main window area, and you'll look at it and you'll be like, that's crazy generic. That's our flyer. So whatever you guys, whatever you're thinking there, we're open to that. But we were thinking something specific to teachers as well. I would love to do another one that is also athlete specific. We have a lot of
Yeah.
people in this town who train. So if you can reach out to those people and really hit home with the fact that you can't out-train a bad diet, then that would probably also fit in our needs.
Major plug on a flyer is once you create the flyer, it has to get distributed. You would also be in charge of that, which means you leave the building. So I know that's a
There you
huge
go.
perk for a lot of you.
Yeah.
So keep that in mind with this component, but that would take feedback from them on where they want it distributed as well. So,
Mhm.
Boz, any other thoughts, questions?
I just love it.
You guys want to see one? They brought us one.
We brought them food.
I was gonna ask, can I see the breakfast? The breakfast is really fun.
No, they
Mhm.
brought us soup for tomorrow. Look at this.
We should bring you guys the breakfast we made this
We
week. It's
should.
good.
Lovely.
It's a corn chowder.
So you just heat it
You
up?
guys are from
Yeah.
Iowa.
Just
you
heat
like
it up.
corn, right?
Yeah, and then yeah, right. They love corn.
Corn
So
fed
Yeah,
and
it's
happy.
corn.
That was our description on our soup this
It
week,
was.
was keeping you corn fed and
Corn-fed.
happy.
I
I'm
love
gonna
it.
have my
Yeah.
mom order a creamy garlic pesto.
Your
shake.
mom would
I
love-
love pesto.
Do it.
Pesto's
It's a good
great.
one.
I love it. See, already making.
Right?
Had it last night.
Making